Okay. I got one. One big question that I get is, how can you travel by yourself? And I'm like, how can you not? I guess I learned my lesson when I was about 19 or so. Didn't have a passport yet. Like, I wasn't traveling the way I do now, but I remember wanted to like just go to an event or something, and I'd invite a girl or two to come with me, one of my homegirls, and they'd be fired up until it was like an hour before. They're like, "Girl, what you wearing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm wearing this cute dress. I bought it at the mall today, and yeah, I got me some earrings to go with it." And then all of a sudden they're like, "Well, I don't have a new dress, so I'll let you know if I go." But for whatever reason, they were calling out at the last minute. So I made up my mind that, you know what? I'm going to stop waiting for people. I don't care if I have to go by myself. I'm going to just go and have a good time. And I am so grateful to God that I learned that lesson early, because I still meet people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who like, "Oh my God, girl, how do you travel by yourself?" And they'll sit down and watch their lives wither away, waiting for somebody or waiting for some company before they go explore the world. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I was born by myself, maybe because I lived like a few years in foster care, and before that it was like 4 years in boarding school, but I'm not used to like being with any one person for long periods of time. So I will pack a bag and I'll go and I'll explore this vast world. Like, we have flights now. It's not like back in the days where we'd have to sail months to find a foreign country or a new country or something like that, you know? So I don't know. I just don't get it. Of course, it's a risk. And when I do meet people who do explore by themselves or book a flight by themselves and just go, it's men. I don't meet a lot of women who do it. But to me, I'm like, life is short. If you're lucky, you have about 100 years. And to me, that is still short. And it's just so much to see in this world. You have the different continents, you have the different countries, you have the different cultures and music and food. Like, why would you want to stay in the same place you were born in? Most people just born in a city, die there, and that's it. Like, that just makes no sense to me. Of course it's scary, but you want to know the secret to it? The secret to traveling alone is, once you do it, the easier it gets. And it'll never get easy unless you do it. So you have to stop waiting. Stop waiting for the people. You're making your life just pass by waiting for the people. Once you start going, trust me, people are like, "Girl, can I go with you next time? And oh my God, I saw your pictures and your pictures give me life." But the hardest step is to take in that first trip by yourself. You'll meet people. You know, just be aware of your surroundings and go to the U.S. travel advisory website or wherever country you're in and look at the advisories they put out before you go to that country, and try to book a room at a big hotel chain. And if you can, meet people online before, like months online before. They have a bunch of sites. I know, what is the name of that site? I can't remember off the top of my head, but there are a bunch of sites. Just Google traveling sites. There's a bunch of sites where you can just meet people on some friendly basis and just put in the dates you'll be somewhere, and hopefully they'll be there, and at least you have a drinking partner or somebody to party with or somebody to grab dinner with. But you can't be afraid. It's only a flight away. You can literally be anywhere in the world within a matter of 24 hours. And the more I fly is the more I wonder why countries are so divided. religions are so divided. At the end of the day, we are all a part of the human race. We're all just people. So stop being afraid of other people, afraid of other cultures, afraid to experience different things. Now, if it's some bombings going on over there and all terrorist threats and all of that, then you may want to put that country on the bottom of your bucket list. But there's a lot of islands and stuff you can go venture to if you don't have your passport yet, which is it's less than $200. But if you don't have a passport yet, you still have Puerto Rico and maybe Virgin Islands, and I'm sure there's Hawaii. You can go, and it's still technically a part of the U.S., so you don't need your passport, but it's still like so much culture there, so much different culture there. So one of the best pieces of advice I can ever give somebody is travel. These school systems, they have you so boxed in a box for how many hours a day and how many hours a week, just have you studying stuff out of history books and stuff. And you know how much knowledge you can get just traveling the world for 1 year? Instead of reading those books, how about you go live those books? And it's the same thing I feel about sports. Like, I haven't watched TV in years. And when I meet people who can identify with that, they're like, girl, me too. I got Netflix though. Well, no. I don't have Netflix either. I gave up watching TV almost a decade ago. And in order to be successful, you have to give up something. You have to give up something that regular folks won't or ain't willing to give up. So start making your sacrifices, or what I would call trade-offs. But yeah, I gave up TV a long time ago, and the same thing with sports. I see men so passionate about sports, and yeah, that's my team and that's my sport. And I admire the players, but because you have to have a certain mentality to keep up that level of performance, and just a certain mentality to excel. But when you're not a part of the game, not a part of the sports industry, and you give up your life and you dedicate how many hours during football or basketball or baseball season to watch a game, get the jersey, find some place to watch every single game, buy your beers, buy some drinks, round up all your boys. Like, imagine how far you could be if you were tallying up all those people, rallying up all those people for your own for your own stuff. Like, you out here sporting these jerseys of all these football players and basketball players. What about your own what about your own stuff? What about your business? What about your goals? What about that dream? What about your passion? What about that thing you want to do? Imagine if you had all that passion that you have for all these athletes, for your own self, all that pride and all that love for your own self. Just imagine where you'd be. That's all I'm saying. So I cut out TV a long time ago to focus on my own life, and I've been happy, and I hope you all find some happiness. Baje Fletcher, over and out.